Hello Libra singles, this is Livia from DOS Tarot. I'm here to do a reading for you. It'll be in April. I'm not going to set a date on it. I'm going to do weeklies every week though, so whenever you see it, it's meant for you to see it and to read it. Oh, before I go any further, I've decided to start looking for love out of every reading that I do, because it seems like lately there's been so much I don't want to say negative, but strains and discomforts and relationships. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pull, before I do the reading, I'm going to pull from, this is what's called the Lover's Oracle. And it's not one of those kind of oracles where it's like rainbows and butterflies. Oh no, I don't believe in those. It'll tell you what needs to happen. And if it is supposed to be all about love, it'll be all about love. So let's just see what you get. I'm sure you'll have to look at the Libra couple. It was amazing. That was the first reading that I've done with this new plan. So what is it now that Libra singles need to know? And is there love? What does Libra singles need to be aware of? What is the love here? These are, as you can see, they're a little hard to shuffle. Okay, what I will do here is the first one that hit the ground is the one I'm taking, and it was that one. These are all on top. Okay. I love this one. It reminds me of back in the hippie days. So this is your card, and on the back it reads, ooh, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So if you're already seeing somebody you're dating or what have you, it's telling us that love and accept each other as you are, and then your relationship will magically transform. Beautiful. So let's see if this is true. Let's see what we come up with on the regular tarot deck and see what we get. So I'm still going to continue to lay yours like I do before for the singles. And we'll just see what pops up here. So what is the most important thing for Libra singles to be made aware of? Ooh. Oh, that's way too many. I can't take that many. Sorry. These cards are so slippery. Let me get one. If not, I'll have to pull. I'm going to pull. So, first card out. The Emperor. This could be like a father figure, because he's one of the older out of all of the masculine cards in the deck, besides, you know, the major arcanas. Well, I shouldn't say he's one of the older ones. I'm going to say that this is somebody that has the most wisdom. This person he's actually the emperor of the 4 kings that are below him. So he has a lot of responsibilities, a lot of duties. Plus he runs the empire, so he always has to make sure that everything's in order, that there's not chaos, and there's always needs to be security, which is very important also. Wow. You know, in reality, Libra, that could be your energy. You could be the masculine, because if you'll notice, he's standing in the middle of a bridge, right? And that bridge is kind of like the scales that you have for your zodiac sign. Always has the scales, always looking for balance. So maybe there's something here about their needing. He looks like he's in the middle, so there could be some kind of balance here. So let's just see what comes out next. Oh, the High Priestess in reverse. Ooh. Now the High Priestess in reverse is somebody that's breaking a contract, or it's a lack of faith. Somebody's not finding enough faith within themselves to feel like something can happen. Oh my gosh. Are you thinking about getting married? Because you're supposed to be single if you're getting this reading. But it doesn't mean that you can't be. What it means is maybe you're headed on being single. Because if you're married, this could be the divorce card. This is a breaching contract, meaning a marriage contract is no longer valid because there's no balance maybe between the two of you, or maybe somebody's more domineering than the other person. But there's definitely a home here that has a lot of the way it presents, I should say. Because remember, 10s are endings. So this is a 10 of cups. So this could be you feeling content. But if you'll notice, and I've been looking at these cards lately, this particular deck, because there's secret codes within each of them. But when I was looking at this one, I thought, oh my gosh, I didn't never pay attention to this. But this could be like a mother and a daughter sitting at mama's house having, it looks like they're crocheting or something. I can't quite. So let's just keep going, and we're going to clarify everything too. We'll get to it. Excuse my throat. Oh my gosh, the World. Now the couple's got this too, and the Libra side is the one that got it. And this would be more likely your energy, you taking control of a situation, because it seems like it's maybe falling apart, or there's something here that's not working. But if this is meant to fall apart, this is telling me it's destiny. It's supposed to happen. Because the World card is turning, or going to be turning, in your favor. It's like, this to me is like closing one book and opening a new book, a new life. A reset on a new life. Maybe there's discontent in a marriage is what this is indicating, that it's possible that it might not make it. Unless this is a daughter sitting with the mother at her home. Excuse me. The Six of Wands in reverse. This is talking about a victory that's not going to happen. There's not going to be a victory here. So if this is a break in a marriage, then sure enough, you more than likely are going to be the one that ends up being single. Now don't get stuck on the gender. This could be the Emperor or the Empress, okay? So this is why this is showing up in the singles, because there's somebody, and it's you and your person are probably breaking up from a marriage, and it's going to be over. But don't fret about it, because when you get the World card, this is like putting a stamp on it and saying this was meant to happen. This was all in God's divine timing. It was meant to happen. So don't get upset. Just go with the flow and see how it goes. And if you do have parents that are nearby, or close friends, or somebody that you can share your feelings about what's going on in your life, that would surely help you be able to express it, and don't let it get bottled up inside of you, because that ain't good either. The Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is someone who has studied a situation, and if it could be you watching your partner, and there's something about it that doesn't, and maybe it's because they have a lack of faith, because these two cards could be both of you. Maybe this is somebody that has lost their faith in this marriage, and it could just be you feeling that way. Like you don't feel it's going to happen. It's not going to stay together. And that's why there's not going to be a victory here. And the Page of Swords is telling me that you've watched the whole situation and you've got all the notes in your mind and your heart, and you know exactly what's going on in the relationship, and you know why it probably will end up being cut. It's the same as a divorce. It's almost identical. Well, remember what I said about these oracle cards? They're not going to always be rainbows and butterflies, and to me this one isn't. Because I'm going to read it to you one more time. It says, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. So don't waste your time criticizing one another. Let it flow and let it end. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Now, when it says magically transform, there is a possibility it could remain, but it's going to take both of you to make that decision. One can't just say, oh no, please don't go, and the other one, I'm out of here. You know, it has to be a joint. But the criticizing, if there's been criticizing, you know, between two people here that are married, maybe you need to look at that. Maybe both of you need to stop and each of you question each other. Why do you criticize me? And then you might get an answer, and then that might be part of what needs to be resolved in order for this to magically transform. And to magically transform does not mean it's going to come together. What it could mean also is magically coming apart, because once you realize that there's no fix here, then accept each other as you are, as each of you are, and don't criticize one another. Don't blame one for this and that. Let it fall apart. Let it fall apart, and like it says, it'll just magically transform to whatever it needs to be. I will do some clarifying here. Myself personally, I see this as a very smart and wise reading. If the energy here is what I feel is what's actually happening, I think it's very smart. I don't feel like there's a lot of bitterness. This can represent bitterness with the sword. The Hermit in reverse. Now, you could be dealing with a Virgo, or this is your energy. The Virgo or the Hermit energy is somebody that's not even going. They're looking for answers on this whole situation, but they're not using their ability to go deep within themselves to pull that information out, because we all have that God-given gift to go deep within ourselves and sit in quiet and get answers. This person's not even in. It's either you're dealing with a Virgo that's out of balance, something's not right here with them, or it's you losing faith and trying to find it through other people, trying to find, what's happening to me? Why is this happening in my life? It's that kind of questioning. But now remember, the reason why these three cards are here is because of this energy. Because somebody was looking for an answer on this situation, which is more than it's you. You were looking for an answer, but you were looking outside of yourself. You were looking at friends and neighbors or family, when in reality you need to go deep within your own self to get that answer. That's why the Hierophant is here, because this tells me there was no support for you. When this card or the High Priestess are in reverse, it's like they're not supporting you because you're looking at other people. You're not going to them directly. But you could get there through this upright. I hope that makes sense. And with that snake on the path, to me, I always see that as there's some kind of deceitfulness that's probably blocking whatever's going on in this relationship. So you might want to take a look at deceitfulness if there's some in this relationship. And that can be anything. And over here. Yeah. there is a divorce. You've got the Ten of Cups, and now you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. There's probably going to be a sale of a home because there's a divorce on the way. I'm sorry to give this news, but you may be already aware of it. There's not going to be a victory. But for you, Libra, you definitely are getting the world. So just be thankful that things are going to change for your betterment. And it's going to be such a relief once this starts taking action and it ends. Once it ends, you'll start feeling that. Even before that, you should start feeling that world, that energy. You'll feel it. You'll start thinking about, why did I do this or why did I do that? Why? You know, you might be questioning yourself. But as you do that, you'll start shedding out all of that energy that was possibly a lot of criticizing. This could have been a one-sided street where they were criticizing you so much. And then let's get one for the Page of Swords. The Nine of Swords in reverse. There has been a lot of anxiety for both parties, for both people here. But as you can see, it's diminishing because it's like you both finally have come to the agreement that it's not going to last. It's not going to last. But remember this card. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. And like I said, that can transform to staying together, or it could transform separating and going each your own way. Which to me, for you, with the world turning in your favor, I feel like you're definitely making the right choices. This tells me also that you're on the right path of the divine, whether you know it or not. You are being looked after. Alright, I hope this helps, Libra, and I will see you next time. Until then, namaste. Bye-bye.